Wolf, man, you gotta start visiting places that are like less blendery, really. It's pretty much the primary thing. Excuse me. Was that my sword? What made that collision? I heard a little donk. Not super sure yet what to make of those. Excuse me. Oh, hi. Ah. Okay, bye. Oh, Jesus. I was not looking at that part of the screen. I was very much looking at the freaking swinging blade. It's a bit distracting. What do we got? Yeah! Got a key. What are we gonna do with you? Open a door? Are we gonna go open doors together? Are we gonna get dirty? Let me go find a place to fit you into. Oh, hey. Do I need you? Woo-doo. Oh, hey. Probably. I didn't even see the trap. I was just like, hey, you're conspicuously in a place where it'd be slightly inconvenient to take you with me, so it's probably necessary. Getting some use out of this weapon for once. A rare occurrence. Alrighty then. You know, let's just map you to an actual button besides the one I like to use for the bow. I should not destroy these if I want to have this button pressed. What do you do? What did you do? I know you're alive. You can't check me. Excuse me. No, thank you. Ah. Leave area. Okay. Ah. That was necessary. What did you do? But why? I'm not entirely sure why I'd want to do that. Huh. We have another bell. Got two of these guys. If I wanted to, I could put them on that thing, then move that thing, and then I'd be able to take them with me through here. But why? Just trying to think of like, what was there some surplus of buttons I was trying to press back there? I don't think there was. I had to go through a door, and when you go through doors, you drop stuff. So it's not going to help me get to the chests, because the chest room is through a door. I've got the key to your heart. Mid-boss? Wow, I nailed it, I think. I think I immediately called it that we're going to the mid-boss room. Yeah, I think that does look like the weird, like one of the gems or whatever, whatever they were called that you have to get at the beginning of the first game. I mean, Ocarina. Ow. Rude. Except you didn't hurt me. Ow. Ow. When is the prompt happening? It happens every now and then. Ow. Aha! Now you're screwed. There we go. Your whole plan's falling apart now. Oop. Yep. Oh. You're trying to dodge that way, damn it. But no, do what I want you to do. What? That's not what I pressed. I press the shield button and he does a jump attack sometimes. It's like explicitly not the right button. Oh, well, now you don't have a shield. Uh-oh. Hi. You seem, shieldless all of a sudden. Seems like it might be bad news for you. Hey, buddy. It's a good thing my character just decided not to aim, otherwise he'd be in trouble. The game frames it like he's dodging it, but he's super not. My character's shooting over his head like he doesn't want to actually hit him, which is weird. That's the shield button, not the jump attack button. They're different buttons. Why are you messing those up now? Ow. You feeling alright, buddy? You feeling good? Feeling good? God damn it, the controls. I just want a reliable thing where when I want to sidestep, I want to always make it work. But my character does such weird responses to me trying to sidestep. I'm just trying to do that. And half time he jumps, half time he rolls, and he backflips. I'm like, that's not. Damn it! Stop changing my input. Come on. There we go. Goodbye. What do we got? Is it a power glove of some kind? Or a belt of strength? Or... Dominion rod. Infuses ancient statues with life. Oh. You actually surprised me. It's the other applicable thing. So it's not the pick up heavy things thing, it's the actual ability to... Actually kind of like the equivalent of the Wind Waker, like, possess another character thing. So it's specific to statues, and that would deal with the, you know, the specifics of the statues everywhere that I can't get past in the overworlds. Huh. There you go. Congrats, you're alive now. What is my purpose? To pass the butter. Oh my god. Yeah. infused with life part makes it a little darker. Oh, I see. Hmm. I'm gonna jam you into the wall for a bit. There we go. That way we're closer together. Do I need to take you to this bell for some reason? Oh my god. Oh, goodbye. Wait, the bells are teleporters? Is that what I'm getting from this? That's not what... Alright. Not on the list of things I was expecting. Hi. How do you do? We had to come up with this entire technology to deal with the fact that this game doesn't allow you to, take things through doors. Which is what the last dungeon had to do too. They had to invent an entire special device that allows you to deal with the fact that you can't take through doors in these games. This door is closed. There we go. Die, wall. Mwahahahaha. This is different. These last few items have been cool. The wall spinny thing and the, there's the wall spinny thing, there's the Dominion Rod, and the ball and chain are all, like, cool new items. Like, unusually cool. Excuse me, don't kill me, please. Thank you. And now I know why you exist. Alright, so... quit. Go... oh. Careful. It's fine. It's fine. I've got these guys. Don't infuse the pot with life. Heal me. Got a couple of hearts out of it. We're good. Come here, new friend. Oh, this is something different. This is something different indeed. Hang on a second. There we go. I like the idea of having to do the whole dungeon backwards now, but with this new trick. Ha ha ha. You cannot stop me. Get out of here. Go on. Ow. Crap. You didn't see that. No one saw that. Get out of here. You can't push it. You can just block it for a second. This is probably my favorite Zelda out of the not Breath of the Wild games. Because Breath of the Wild is my favorite. Now they're changing direction. Does that matter? Is that a thing I want? Ow. Ah. I probably want you to go up there. Yeah. The items are neat, the dungeons are neat, it has more characterization and development and story weight than the other ones did, because they kind of barely had any. It was really hard to even pretend to care what was happening in Ocarina and Wind Waker most of the time. Especially Ocarina. Ocarina is like, I am Sheik. I think we are friends now. Go get this relic now. And that was like the whole story. That's like the total of the dialogue half the time. How do I raise this button? Oh. There's a button under it, I think. It's more like I need to unraise the button. Die. Haha, owned. Nope, you didn't see that. Yeah, this has pretty good temples. It has... This version of it has much better art. Ow. The wolf stuff is neat compared to the boat stuff. And the... I like the wolf stuff more than the boat stuff or the time travel stuff to an extent. Can't reach it. Is Prabble if cannot reach. It's fine. I think this one will still be back here. I'll just grab something from earlier in the area. Go, 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 go. Huh. That was close. Oh! That should have been safe. Uh-oh. Oh, what? I thought you were getting blocked by that. Shit. Ah, shit. Shit. Ah, made it. No way. Actually, ow. I actually nailed it. So of course I had to undercut that immediately with failure. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's funny because when I didn't know anything about the series, I would root for the underdog Wind Waker and like have some tiny margin of resentment for Twilight Princess. Just because I think Wind Waker's an incredibly beautiful game, and hearing people be like, ew, that art style's gross, I want grimdark, and be like, yeah, and then they make Twilight Princess to pander to people who are complaining about Wind Waker. I was like, oh, I hate everything about that narrative. The question is whether whether Twilight Princess is going to have a part of the game that's blatantly unfinished, the way that Wind Waker did. Because boy, was that a bummer. Wind Waker was already full of a lot of ocean stuff I didn't care for, because I didn't think that it was fun to explore the ocean because it was empty. But it also had the issue where, like, the game just ran out of content. And then, so once you beat the temple, once you beat the last temple before the ending, before the last temple, they have a bunch of crap that's just like a total waste of your time, and it's mandatory, and I'm like, what is this? Like, yeah, we ran out of new enemies and environments and everything else is interesting about the game, but keep playing anyway. I'm like, just don't do that. News alert for every game ever. I'm looking at you, Hand of Fate 2 and Wind Waker. If you're out of things, then just let the game end. It's fine. Don't be like, well, we're out of things, but what if we just made them keep going for like a few more hours? And I'm like, no, you're out of things. That means the game's over. It's fine. Yeah. Is that enough? No. It is not. Can I make you guys alive too? Can I? They even attack. Look at them go. Oh, they're adorable. Look at them go. Now they make sense. Now we know why these are here when Pots would have done fine the whole time. It's because I'm specifically going to get the power. Since the Zelda formula is so obvious and I know exactly what's going to happen a lot of the time, it's neat to have this happen where I just didn't expect it to be a robot control device. That was then late, and that all those things were even set up for it. Like, there's there's living robots as enemies in the area, and there's these little micro robot-looking statue things around. And, like, that all combines to be, like, all foreshadowing for the device, but I still didn't see exactly what it was coming. Excuse me. Do-do-do-do. I still think Midna's dumb, though. The Midna power sucks. The part where you just have to guess when the Midna is able to do her power is dumb. And not being able to change time of day is dumb. You don't need a freaking song of freaking... You don't need the song of sunrise or whatever it was called. Just use a bed. We've been doing it forever in video games. Including Zelda games. So it's just so weird. Because all Zelda games have events that are tied to what time of day it is. So why would you not have any way of controlling that in the game? It's so confusing. Even if you have to unlock it. Excuse me. Ow, stop it. I am happy I'm playing the HD version of this game, because I've looked at screenshots of the original, and it looks horrible. Like, it's for its time and all that, but man. Muddy colors and brown don't mix well with low-resolution screens. That's why a lot of PS1 and PS2 games that went with that direction are not aged as well as, say, Wind Waker, which I actually have to double-check sometimes. When I look at screenshots of Wind Waker for the GameCube, I have to double-check that I actually found a GameCube screenshot, because the GameCube screenshots look like Wii U screenshots, but smaller. It legit looks like this, like, high-fidelity, beautiful game, even though it came out so long ago, because it just... The visuals just aged that well. Ah. Never mind. It's fine. No. Oh, you have to press the button, don't you? Yeah. How about we get that loot? What do you have in here? It's a stamp. Nope, heart piece. They just gotta call them out in advance and I'll get my way. You alright, camera? You doing alright? Okay, now it's gonna, okay. I was like, it keeps going, what's happening right now? Stay. One of my main gripes with Zelda is just, like, in particular when I had that fight earlier, I'm just like, I kinda just want Dark Souls combat. Like, it's just this style of combat's just been done so much better since. That, going back is like, oh no. The camera doesn't lock to your character, so the joystick has variable responses to your input, which is not great, and it's trying to be cinematic, and I don't like that. Boing. I think I remember having that trouble with Darksiders 2. I think there was something weird about its camera, or something about its presentation. Oops. Can't leave without doing this part. It is cathartic to have solved all these puzzles. Well, Zelda, quote, puzzles. But then just go back and just break all the walls and like, nope, ain't resolving this in our backtracking part. It's a minor thing, but there's nothing more satisfying sometimes than thinking you have to do like a proper backtrack or something in a game and then realizing that, nope, I have freedom and power. Or something. there's a range limitation on this very intentionally, it seems. So I have to get him, but he's like way up there. So maybe this does go up? Ah? I was already getting a little bit of the vibe, and admittedly it's all inspired by real life architecture to begin with, but the general color scheme and setting was giving me a certain vibe, and then the spinning, rotating platform in the middle that's operated by a heavy switch in particular is like, I'm like, Anne Orlando? Is that you? Huh. Of course, Anne Orlando is inspired by a real life location, but that doesn't mean this part isn't inspired by Zelda, perhaps. The giant mega switches. In fact, a lot of parts of Dark Souls are super inspired by Zelda. I talked about the DLC before. Okay, that's not how... you do not have that kind of wind pressure that your hat would be pointing straight up in that moment. Hello. Die. 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 But in particular, I'm thinking like those giant mega switches you push everywhere. They're like almost cartoonish. Almost feel like a direct pull from Zelda at times, where this game always has much more ridiculous proportions. Howdy. That's why I don't feel crazy when I talk about the idea of like Dark Souls being the natural next step when you were talking about Z targeting. Like a joystick click lock-on mechanic that so many RPGs use now may have been originated from Zelda. But a lot of them work better than Z targeting does in Zelda games is the issue. Like, significantly better. And some of that is tied to just the fact that, the camera doesn't lock onto your character, so which is a problem for Zelda specifically because the direction you're pressing on the joystick leads to variable results based on what direction you press in relation to the camera's orientation as opposed to your character and opponent's orientation. Crap. Whoops. Whereas most games will lock the camera right behind your character when you do a lock-on, because then you pressing left and right and forward and back has very specific results in when you're controlling your location versus your opponent's location and, you know, the flow of battle as a result. Yeah, I'm trapped. Stop. Once you've played a game where you just click the stick to lock onto somebody, then you flick the stick left or right to change targets. Like, it doesn't really get more intuitive than that, and reliable in many cases. Oh, right. Sup? Can I tell you to go back? I forgot to get a Poe. He doesn't go back in, does he? Excuse me. Oh well. I'm probably not getting all of them anyway. Maybe... I wonder if you have to replay the entire dungeon in order to get that again. Like, reset this guy back to his original point, if I can't send him backwards. I have no idea. Yeah, it's not necessary, is it? Let's get you going, buddy.